The elevator doors had just closed when the maintenance man pressed the stop button, turned to the 8 of us packed inside, and said quietly, "Nobody's getting off until I say so." I was riding up to the 9th floor of my office building on an ordinary Thursday, coffee in one hand, badge in the other, crammed in with co-workers and a couple of strangers. The man in the gray maintenance jumpsuit had stepped in last, polite, nodding. Then he reached past a woman, hit the red emergency stop, and the car lurched to a halt between floors. People laughed nervously at first, assuming a glitch. Then we saw his face and the laughter died. "Sir, that's the stop button," a man in a suit said. I know what it is," the maintenance man answered, calm as anything. The intercom crackled. Somewhere above us, building security came over the speaker. "Attention, the building is in lockdown. Please shelter in place. Do not use the stairwells." Then static. Whatever was happening out there, we were sealed inside this little metal box with a stranger who trapped us on purpose. People started pressing buttons. None of them lit. He'd keyed something. A young woman near the back begged him to let her out. Said she had a daughter at daycare. He didn't even look at her. "Everyone stays calm and this ends fine," he said, watching the floor indicator frozen between 6 and 7. That's when I noticed the smell. Sharp, chemical, coming off a small duffel bag at his feet that I hadn't seen him carrying. My throat tightened. The suit man noticed too, and went pale. "What's in the bag?" Nobody answered. The maintenance man checked his watch. 40 more seconds. 40 seconds until what? I asked. My voice cracked. He smiled, still staring up at the doors above us like he was waiting for something to arrive. A woman started crying. Someone tried to pry the doors with their fingers, and he said, without raising his voice, "I wouldn't." 30. The air felt thinner. People were coughing now, covering their mouths. "Please," the daycare mother sobbed. 20. He counted it down like he was waiting for a kettle to boil. And that calm was worse than any shouting could have been. At 10, the car suddenly jolted and began rising on override. At 3, it stopped at the 9th floor. At 0, the doors slid open, and a second man stepped in from the hallway. Younger, hood up, a hard grin. "Right on time," the maintenance man said. "Come in." The younger man's eyes swept the elevator and landed on me, locked on me. My coffee cup slipped out of my hand and hit the floor, because I knew that face. 3 years ago, I'd been the witness who identified him. The man who'd broken into my sister's apartment and put her in the hospital for a month. The man I'd pointed to in court. The man who got 6 years and walked out in 3. He pointed at me. You're the reason I lost everything." He reached into his jacket. People screamed and pressed into the corners. "You testified. You looked my mother in the eye and sent me down." He pulled out a small device, a trigger of some kind wired to the bag at the older man's feet, and my whole body went cold. One press and the chemical in that duffel, whatever it was, took all of us. "Please," I said, hands up, shaking. "Your mother. I had a sister. She was all I had left after our parents passed. I wasn't lying. I just told the truth about what you did to her." And the maintenance man, the older one, went very still. He looked at me, then at the younger man, then back at me. "You said she lied," he said slowly. "You swore to me she made it up, that you never touched that girl." "Dad, it doesn't matter now. Hold them. I'm doing this." That word landed in the car like a stone. "Dad." The older man stared at his son like he was meeting a stranger. "Her sister was in the hospital a month," he whispered. "I read it. I told myself it wasn't true because you told me it wasn't." The son raised the trigger. "Say goodbye." But his father moved first. He grabbed the duffel bag, yanked it against his own chest, and shoved his son backward out of the elevator into the hallway, roaring at us. "Go! Run! Now!" The doors started closing. We poured out the other side, scrambling, screaming for help. Through the gap, I saw the old man pinning his son to the floor, wrestling the trigger from his hand, crying the whole time. Security and police flooded the 9th floor seconds later. They got the bag, contained it, cuffed the son. The father just sat against the wall, sobbing. "I didn't know what he'd become," he kept saying. "God forgive me. I didn't know." He testified against his own son. I sat in that courtroom too. This time, he was the one who told the truth.